the time has come. We have had the rainiest summer we have ever experienced, but we are not letting that stop us. In this episode, we are finally starting to build the roof of our self-built shipping container house. The roof is in construction. Though this step will be super challenging, we will work together to overcome any setbacks and build the roof. There are a ton of steps to do for this custom rooftop deck structure, so let's jump to it and get started. So we'll see how it goes and try to figure it out as we progress, like everything. This is by far the worst summer that I've experienced since living here, but we ain't gonna let that stop us. Today we are doing some crazy stuff. As per usual, you guys know how it goes. We are gonna start the roof. Whoop! So we got an idea yesterday of how to do everything. You know, it's like a giant puzzle, of course. So anyways, we're gonna hop up on the roof and start to weld the roof structure. And I'll go up there and show you guys what it's all about. So let's go. The main structure of the roof will consist of 25 galvanized tubes. Due to the angle of our house where the ICF wall is, it's made figuring out the measurements, angles, and slopes super complicated. For real, without Tony, aka Mr. T, and his magic construction calculator, I don't think we could have figured it out without doing days of calculations, but more about that later. Okay, so the 25 tubes will be placed across the top of the structure and overhang 2 feet and 18 inches on these two sides, and range in length due to the angle of the ICF wall. We have to have extensions here to be able to place the tubes on these two ends of the house. And we need to weld risers to create the slope for the roof, which adds a whole nother layer of complication to the angle wall, but that's a whole different video. We're planning on eventually making this area into a rooftop deck so we can come hang out up here. Patience you must have. So to create the tubes, we need to get the angle of this wall and duplicate it on the end of the tubing. After doing all of this, I will definitely think twice about making angles in future projects. Okay, let's raise the roof, literally. Before we could start the roof, we had a few things to deal with. Pouring rain. It's been raining for like almost a week. It's been raining since November, really. We get days here and there where we have breaks in the rain, but the rain has been really intense and it's been really difficult for us to make progress. When it's pouring rain like this, I mean, it's pouring. I'm completely soaked. And I've been outside for like 30 seconds. When it's raining like this, it's pretty much impossible to make progress because we need to be able to weld and paint and all that, and there's really not much you can do at all when it's this level of rain. Help. Help us, please stop raining, please. I'm about to make a sun stick and beat everything with it. Cross your fingers for us, you guys. This has been a hard year. If you remember a while back, we put a tarp on the roof to try to mitigate the excess amount of rainwater that was accumulating inside the house due to the side of the house being open and exposed. So after we cut all the galvanized tubing for the roof structure, we put them on the roof and threw a tarp over the roof for the winter season. It worked pretty well, all things considered, and it definitely helped keep the excessive amount of water we get in winter out of the interior of the house. But as we progressed, we eventually got to the stage where we were ready to start the roof. This was the rainiest summer we had ever experienced, and it rained well into June, making it extremely difficult to manage the water. What the fuck? When we would pull back the tarp, it would pour rain and inside the house would get a bunch of water. So we would have to try to sweep it out and throw the tarp back into place, which would also fill up with water, which we would eventually have to remove. So this went on for a little bit of time until we eventually just pulled the tarp completely off the roof and prayed that the rain gods would give us a break. Freaking Niagara Falls up in here. Help! Freaking crazy. That is our built-in waterfall feature that is going to be by the entrance. So anyone that we don't want that comes to our house, we just pull a lever and all the water comes out. But first, a word from today's sponsor. This e-bike from Highboy is the best way to explore all different kinds of terrain and have an absolute blast. This is the Highboy P6 e-bike straight out of the box. It comes with all the accessories and assembly tools you'll need to set up the bike, as well as 2 sets of keys, a charger, and a manual. This bike arrives 85% assembled, and it was really simple to put together. We had it set up and ready to go in about 30 minutes. The Highboy P6 features a 48-volt, 13-amp-hour removable battery and charges in 6 to 7 hours. The 750-watt Bafang brushless motor provides plenty of power, and it makes climbing hills super easy. It has 5 pedal assist speeds, which is perfect for riding through hilly areas. It even works great on hard sand, and riding on the beach is an incredible experience with the P6. The Highboy P6 comes with a twist throttle, and the power is gradual, which makes the ride super smooth and enjoyable. It has a maximum speed of 28 miles per hour, and front and rear mechanical disc brakes that can be adjusted to your needs. and provide a strong stop when needed. This versatile e-bike has 60 miles of range with the electric assist, which means you can really go the distance and explore more just on one charge. With 9 different gears and a Shimano gear system, there are plenty of options to create the perfect ride. The 26 by 4 inch fat tires are puncture resistant and prevent punctures while riding. They are wear resistant, anti-skid, and adapt to city, snow, sand, dirt, mud, and various terrains. With its wide tires and reputation for stability, the Highboy P6 e-bike is perfect for off-road adventures, weekends spent wandering the back roads, and everything in between. The bike's hydraulic suspension fork has 80 millimeters of travel, preload adjustment and lockout option, and more flexibility to reduce the feeling of bumps when riding through rough terrain. With an IPX4 waterproof rating, you can even ride it in the rain or through small creeks. The Highboy P6 also comes with an LED headlight. The bright headlight provides a brighter, safer, and more enjoyable environment for night riding. The unique LED circle illuminates your path while making you easily visible to others. An e-bike is such a fun way to get outside and have some adventure, and the Highboy P6 is a versatile and affordable option. We are so happy with this bike, and it is an absolute blast to ride through trails, around the city, and even through the mud and sand. Don't forget to click the link in the description! Special thank you to Highboy for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to work. Okay, quick rundown of the roof. I'm up here on the roof, so before I'm all geared up and I can't talk into the camera, let me show you what we are doing. So, all these galvanized tubes that we got are gonna make up the roof structure. So, when we're done, they're gonna go all the way to the end of this I-beam and across the whole roof and hang over on each side. So, in order to do the slope, so the water runs off, we have to weld risers. I don't know if you can see where these lines are, like right here. Okay, so on this side, the risers are 8 inches. Right here, the risers are 6 inches. Right here, they're 4 inches. And this was extremely complicated to figure out because this wall is not parallel with everything. It's like this. Beep. So we had to do some crazy calculations to figure out the risers on this one. So they all range in different size from like, I think from about like 2 inches to like 1.5 or something like that. I don't know, I have them written down, but not here with me. So anyways, these are all different. And it's a little bit complicated because over here, we have to weld an extension here so that the roof extends past the house. So it protects the house. Haven't done that yet because this is like 30 something feet in the air, as you can see. If I go to the edge, like so scary. Yeah, friggin' high. So we can't build a scaffold. We have to rent the little like man lift thing to weld the extensions there and on the other side as well. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the ones in the middle and then go back when we rent the man lift and kind of like, and all of that we have to have the man lift for. Over there we have the scaffold, but all of this right here is just in nothingness all the way to the to the floor. So we need the man lift for that. So let me walk across all of this. So there's the risers over there, and right now we are working on cleaning where I have to weld the riser to the container, and then we'll put the tube on top and weld the tube to the riser.
This will be the mark for the overhang.
Okay. And that will be the mark for the overhang. Right there. So we'll see how it goes and try to figure it out as we progress. Like everything. It's pretty chilly up here. We are very high. It's very scary. And we are a little chilly. So first thing we did was double check our measurements and mark where we are going to be setting up the risers, clean the container where I'm going to be welding the risers, and eventually just start setting them up.
What's funny about it?
Oh, that's not how you spell middle. So
How you spell middle?
M-I-D-D-L-E.
M-I-D-D?
Yeah.
Oh, I just forgot one D, it's fine. Not a big deal, huh?
Friends who grind together, stay together. This step took us quite some time because we had to figure out a good workflow and we wanted to be extremely precise on the setup. So we took our time and double checked everything as we progressed. Once we were sure about all of our measurements and setup, we started welding the risers onto the roof. Pretty exciting. So we got one of the risers right there, another one over there. These two are already welded in place. And then when we are finished welding the risers in place, we're gonna take this tube and put it on top, weld the tube to the risers. And do that times 25. Doing work out on the ranch. Pacific Pines Ranch, yeah. Building our roof. The roof, the roof, the roof is in construction. All right, so check it out. First, let me balance across all these tubes. It's like a little obstacle course. We got the first part of the structure set up.
When you start to feel like the green welder heavy, that means you're tired.
Yeah. So this one's all welded together. Those ones no, because we need to rent the man lift, as I was saying before, especially for over there, because we have no scaffold. So check it out. So just 24 more to do, no problem. So fun, guys. We're in the middle of trying to weld the roof together and it wasn't supposed to rain, and look, it's raining. How exciting. Do you think the weather will ever let us build our house, or... So we hung out and waited for the rain to stop, and eventually it stopped and we just got right back to it. My husband is crazy. All right, back up on the roof, and it's really sunny today, which is cool and everything, but I don't know if I prefer the cloudy weather because it is hot up here. It's hot up in here. We are working on the structure of the roof. Yesterday we had a late start, but we got 2 of the tubes done. Now I'm gonna do this little obstacle course to go over there and show you guys the rest. Okay, so we finished these 2 tubes yesterday. We can't do those on that side until we have the man lift, because over there the I-beam goes out farther than the scaffold, and it just, there's no way that we can go up like so high. Anyways, so we did those 2. Now we're working on these 2 right here, and then after we're just gonna just do 2 at a time and see how far we can get. Can you stand on the tube right there?
This one?
Yeah.
216.
So as you can see, they're really strong. We have 300 pounds of weight right here. Just kidding. Just kidding. But yeah, anyways, they're super strong, and we're really happy with the design and how everything is going with that. So yeah, basically we mark where we have to put the risers, weld the risers in place there, 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 and there. Then after the risers are in place, we would take the tube, put the tube on top of the risers, like, as you can see, like that. I don't know, it's kind of hard to see. Like that right there. And then weld the tube to the risers. And we just do that 25 times. Well, we already did 2, so 23 times to finish the roof. And then after that, we will figure out the plywood situation and what we are putting over the plywood. So let's party. We are up here working on the roof, the rooftop deck really, and I just wanted to show you the view from up here. So my phone just fell off of the roof. It's on the tripod. And yeah, luckily nothing broke or anything, but yeah, I totally just, it was up there like that, and it just and fell down here. I'm just glad it's okay. It's really windy today. a little toasty today. All this freaking gear on my head.
I'm the only one.
Anyways, look at the ocean. So pretty. Making good progress. Teamwork. 3 more tubes down. A bunch more to go, but working our way across the roof little by little. On we go. Can't wait to be chilling up there on the rooftop deck, watching the clouds go by. How cool is that? The beauty of this place never ceases to amaze me. Hello, what's up? Good morning. So, a little update on the roof for you guys. We're getting somewhere. So let me explain what's going on. Okay, so we basically finished all of the tubes and the risers up until this point, because if you look over there, all of this area right here, we don't have a scaffold, and it is extremely high from the ground. It's about 20 feet from this slab and I don't know, about 30 something feet from the ground. So way too high to be messing around with the grinder and the welder and stuff like that. So for this side, we need to rent the man lift to do all of that and to do the extensions that will go on this side, similar to the balcony over here. Let me walk over there, so sketch. All right, so if you see that extension right there, basically we'll be doing the same up here on 3 points here, here, and over there. But also, as you can see, this is extremely high and there is no scaffold that can reach because this part is the cantilever part for 2.5 feet. So we need the man lift for that too. And let me go back over to the safety zone. Okay, and we also need the man lift. So cool to walk across these and imagine what it will be like on the roof. And we need the man lift for these parts as well. We can do the extensions on this side, but again, to weld the galvanized tube, we don't have any scaffold over there. So we need it for that part too. So basically now what we're gonna do is we are, to save time, because the less time we have the man lift, the less expensive it is, we are going to weld all of the risers for this area right here and over here where I just was, right here, and for here too, where we can, because some of them we need the risers on top of the extension. Obviously those we have to wait for the man lift. So basically we're gonna do all the things we can do without the man lift and then circle back and finish everything else once we get the man lift in like a week or something. I think 2 weeks, I don't know, whatever. Anyways, it is a little sketchy to work with the height, but the roof is coming along really well and we are just so happy that we got these galvanized tubes, because the roof has probably been the most challenging part of the build so far, just because it's how do you set it up and what do you use for material, and we've just done like circle and circle and circle, like, oh, what if we use this? Well, then we can't use that, and then after we can't use this, and then whatever, just like a million aspects to it. But we pretty much couldn't have done it any better. It's super solid, super strong. As you can see, like everything worked really well with the risers and everything, and we have a nice little slope going that way. It's probably hard to tell on camera, but it's pretty much the standard, I think, a 1/4 inch per foot. So yeah, so today is another day of grind, weld, paint, repeat. Not many days without that. So yeah, we're just gonna gear up, go, and as you can see, we have where all of the tubes and risers of the structure need to go. So we're just gonna clean, weld the riser, and do that for as much as we can, and then move on from there. So glad it's kind of a cloudy day because it makes it a little bit less hot to work with all the stuff on my head. So yeah, another day of grind, weld, repeat out on the ranch. Let's go. Look at that precision.
What's it up?
That's some precision work right there. And with a nice view of the ocean. Making good progress. Another day closer to waking up with this view. Oh, I cannot wait. I can't wait. Doing work out here on the ranch. Living our dreams. Building our dreams. I cannot believe we are finally building the roof. It's been quite a journey to get this far in our build, and we continue to face challenge after challenge as we progress. Although it took us some time to figure out a good design for the roof and how to go about building the roof, we are so happy with how it's turning out. We have some really intense and long days ahead, so don't forget to subscribe to see how the rooftop deck evolves. Help support our channel by leaving a comment, liking, and sharing this video. As always, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up with our projects and adventures on Pacific Pines Ranch. We put out new videos every Saturday and sometimes even during the week, so be sure to subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss any. Okay, bye.